Fox Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the New York Jets. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This one fielded at the 5. Now a first carry for the former Cleveland Brown, Isaiah Crowell. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I enjoyed watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play against the run that well, would you?
But he can, and he showed it right there, didn't he?
That's that wrestling background he has. He understands leverage as well as anyone in the game. A big-time wrestler in high school. He didn't lose very often.
3-time heavyweight state champ in South Carolina. To throw on second down is Darnold. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's got a noon one. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Brandon, that's a tough guy right there. He knew that was going to happen. In other words, he had to absorb that hit. How about him securing the football, churning the legs a little bit, and gaining what he needed for a first down?
Well, that's the deal. On 3rd down, these guys, they know where the sticks are. He obviously knew right there.
And if you want to be a dependable 3rd down receiver, you've got to be willing to absorb those types of hits and make those sort of plays.
Here's Cannon, and he stopped immediately there. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kurz. 3rd down here.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Darnold from the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And this return's going to go backwards about 8 yards, but the interception is good, and they have the football. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Let's go!
First carry for Frank Gore back home here in Miami. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Quick slant there, gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, here's Brissett. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken around the 12. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So on the big tight end, Holden.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Darnold. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only 2 yards on the completion. It's second down.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a first down.
And he'll be the one in the film session. He'll be saying, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that again.
2 more time.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
Here's Darnold now on second down. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Darnold to throw again. He's got Curse. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
A first down carry now for Crowell. And Crowell lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A second down throw for Brissett. And to the left side here, Wilson. Past the 20. And that one results in 35 yards.
A lot of receivers see the drag route as a risk-reward type of a play. The risk, going into the middle of the field where there's some big people want to hit you. But the reward is oftentimes you get lost in coverage, running a little bit underneath. And when you catch it just right, as we just saw there, the end result can be a big, big play.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Kenyon Drake with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Watching that, Barney!
They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll go as a loss of 5. And just like that, it's third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Charles Harris coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. Taken from just outside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. So now here come the Dolphins. So a good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10. Here's Brissett. On the left side, this is Stills. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Flex round. Flex round.
On second down, it's Drake. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On third and short, Drake. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
First down, Brissett. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a handoff for Drake. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A first down throw for Brissett. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Brissett. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Henry Anderson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. The Dolphins on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Out of the gun, Brissett. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
And based on my math, They've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions. I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now.
Watch him now, Barney.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. After the penalty, it's Crowell. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
Hauled in by Anderson, left side. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Now a handoff to Crowell. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Darnold on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now. But later, when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Morris Claiborne makes the play defensively. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Brissett. Forced out to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Here's Matt Hawk now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Fielded at the 20. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it. Most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Yeah, can he put it aside? Let's find out.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it.
On second down, Darnold. Got an open man. It's a noon one. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. On first down, Darnold. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On second and 10, Darnold. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, Darnold. Throw left side complete. It's Anderson. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear, but here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. That one's complete to Tomlinson. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. it in with Crowell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A final shot before the break. Darnold got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets can take the lead now with the extra point. And his kick is right through. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. Jakeem Grant now to return. Spinning away.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Here comes Grant on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Second down, Brissett. And Stills over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Brissett on first down. Wilson snags it left side. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Brissett. Quick hitch, complete. It's Grant. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. It's complete to Grant. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, it's Brissett. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Drake. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, Brissett. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Detroit!
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Over the middle here to Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
Darnold to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on him. Not just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
A screen complete to Brown. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. That's complete right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
On third down, it's Cannon, and he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it second and goal. Here's Darnold. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal. Here's Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Darnold eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you have to have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. They go play action here on first down. Over the middle here to Wilson. And And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A good pickup there at 22.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On first down, Drake. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Right back to Drake. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Brissett. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. New York set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Here's a gift to Crowell. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run. This is Cannon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
No, Jack Patriot.
Darnold from the gun. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. It's caught, Stills, right side. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They are in the 4th in Buffalo. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. On the run, it's Crowell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
On 2nd down, Darnold. It's complete to Brown, right side. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. William Hayes with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out come the Dolphins now. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and short. To throw, Brissett. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down. Now Drake. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. A second down throw for Brissett. Steps away to his left. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Dolphins on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. He's back to throw. Able to locate Wilson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down, and that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Albert Wilson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
They do tack on the extra point as well, so it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. The tackle that time by William Hayes.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Man open left side is Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Back to throw. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
All right, they picked up yardage, but they've got to get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it. They've got one timeout left, want to save it.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. McDonald. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience and now they get to demand production? Or do you continue to stay with him this way?
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They stay on the ground with Drake. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll lead here to a third down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
The Dolphins on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them. How to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shorty claims she a feminist, and her feminine.